It finally happened. Shohei Ohtani is a Los Angeles Dodger. It's official now, so if you live under a rock and somehow you're first hearing it from me, yeah, crazy shit, right? It was kind of the most expected result. And it's hard to be mad about it. I feel like it was the most predictable thing. He's close. They were going to pay whatever he wanted, and they did. 700 million, which apparently the Giants were willing to match that. But I mean, given that choice, I mean, I talked shit on San Francisco a couple weeks ago. I mean, come on. I mean, Shohei, and I watched the press conference announcement thing. Shohei looks great in that jersey. I mean, god damn. I mean, he would look. I mentioned it a couple episodes ago. I Shohei. Listen. Shohei's fucking gorgeous. He's perfect, of course. But I just didn't love the idea of him in a Giants jersey. I just didn't think it would be good, and I'll stand by that. I'm sorry, San Francisco, but that's facts. I just don't like it. He's down to San Francisco Giant. Apparently they were wanting to match it though, but yeah, holy shit. If that's the numbers that were getting talked about, I was so damn foolish thinking the Cardinals had a chance. I mean, I'm allowed to dream, whatever. I get to dream, but um, most expensive fucking contract of in North American sports history, apparently. So that's been making hella headlines. And then shortly after that, what started making even more headlines is the deferrals, unprecedented deferrals. What Ken Rosenthal said, unprecedented deferrals, and he's right because of a 10-year, $700 million contract. Every penny earned there, Shohei. He will be making $2 million a season for the next 10 years. And starting in 2034, he'll be making $68 million a year. So that is quite the deferral. Holy shit, that's crazy. It's wild. Do you think that? I mean, that kind of happens a lot. I've seen a lot of different comparisons of like players who are still getting deferral payments. We'll get into that a little bit later, but yeah, it's crazy. And another big reason for that is the endorsements. I mean, oh my God. Shohei's endorsements last year were $40 million across all the extra stuff outside of his baseball contract he's getting money for. So that's a crazy fucking number. Hey, that's why Shohei's the whole reason I started this fucking podcast, pretty much. So I'm not one to doubt the power of the man. I think it's all. I'm pointing this stuff out because I think it's warranted. I mean, it's fun to talk about it and acknowledge that there's other vessels acknowledging how important Shohei Ohtani is, because we will never see a player like this again, and this is the beginning of a whole new chapter of baseball, and it's the Dodgers are scary as shit now. They got fucking shit. They Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, that is fucking terrifying. I think that's definitely the best big three in all of baseball. Some people could argue the Braves. I think that if you want to compare Acuna, Olsen, and Austin Riley, that'd be a pretty damn close comparison. But the thing about it is I feel like that if you want to compare, there's a lot of good big threes in baseball. Like I saw a whole list. Like there's a good amount of like decent arguments you could make. The Rangers just won a World Series. Corey Seager, Marcus Semien, Adolis Garcia, those are 3 scary motherfuckers. And they just won a World Series, so theoretically, they would be the best big 3, at least right now. That's how fucking basketball works. So, in big 3s in basketball, you get a good big 3 in basketball, you are expected to win a fucking championship. In baseball, there's lots of big 3s. Baseball's got 9 on the fucking field, I guess. So, who cares? Whatever. It's interesting. I think about the Miami Heat, and that was, a big 3. That was the first big 3 that I had experienced, So, any big 3 that's including Ohtani. Ohtani has the power of he's pretty much 2 players. He's literally 2 players. Like the pitcher, the hitter. He's only going to be the hitter this year because of that second elbow surgery. But you still know what he can do. He's going to contribute from both sides. He's going to be massively productive. He is, I don't see what will slow him down, as long as he stays healthy. That's always the thing. That's always scary, but, he's doing all right, and it's fun. It's fucking exciting. It's an exciting time. I think it's going to be really fun to see Shohei in the fucking spotlight of the century. Holy shit. He seems like a really smart guy. I'm sure that he's going to be able to keep his head really good. A dude that, is willing to defer that much. He's fucking smart. He wants to win. Apparently that was a really big deal. And, let's get into this. So here's why you just can't be mad about Shohei going to the Dodgers. Because if you have any doubts that Shohei's number 1 priority is to win, because that's the truth. His priority is to win. This dude is a fucking winner. You do not get to be that good and not, have that fucking thirst to get to the top, Like it's in there. Shohei is the fucking best player we're ever going to see. Nobody's ever going to do this shit again. We'll see different flavors of, players that feel like the best player that we've ever seen. We'll have that, baseball goes on for a long time. So, we'll have that, but, we will never have another Shohei Ohtani. He's 2 MVPs deep, $700 million across 10 years, largest contract in North American fucking sports. This is the gravity of this. So he wants to win. He joins a crazy stacked fucking Dodgers lineup. Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Shohei Ohtani. That's 3 MVPs. You got Will Smith. James Outman, the rookie, had a good year last year. They've got dudes. The thing is if Shohei's priority is to win, according to him, the Dodgers said that they consider every year that they, outside of the playoffs and winning the World Series, every year in the last 10 years was a failure. And that was exactly what Shohei said, that the Dodgers, top people told him. So you get that information with that's the priorities. The Dodgers are spending like they have the fucking resources. They have the resources. And they're using them. They're saying they want to win, and they're acting like it. It's like, okay, like what can you say? They have more resources than fucking anybody. I think the Yankees can still fuck around with anybody, no matter what. But every team's got a different style with the way they do this shit. It's wild. But the Dodgers got Tyler Glass now too. I'm recording this on Thursday, by the way, because I'll be enjoying myself Friday night. So we're actually like preemptively recording for the first time in a while. So that's fun. It was a long day, If I feel like I sound tired, I don't know, man. I don't know. Who knows? But man, can you imagine though if Shohei went to the Cardinals? Everybody would have lost their fucking mind. I mean, so much shit would have changed. That would have been. I mean, let's just fantasize about that for 5 more seconds. Okay, I'm good. But yeah, Shohei, he's on the fucking Dodgers now. He's in the biggest fucking possible spotlight. Place with the highest attendance every year since what feels like forever. I couldn't tell you the last time they weren't number one in attendance. Population's crazy, crazy fucking, city. Great city. Great city to fucking be in. There's anything you could want to do. So, it's the beginning of something new, and it's a big deal. The Dodgers are fucking nuts. Apparently they're going after Yamamoto too. I talked about Yamamoto an episode or two. He's a Japanese pitcher who is just wrecked shit in the Japanese league. It just was wrecking shit for years, and now he's coming over to MLB, and he's expected to sign. It sounds like the floor for him is $200 million. I've seen crazy fucking numbers. Also, fucking journalists are starting to fucking piss me off. The ones on and all journalists have to use Twitter. I'm not trying to shit on journalists overall. I'm not doing that. But maybe it's not even the journalist's fault, but it's like I feel like it's the culture, and it's like the way that you have to play the game now. But it's just, everybody is just searching for grasping at any information and just throwing it out there. It feels like, it's like, just like, these teams are on top for Yamamoto. Like, it's new teams every day. Like, I mean, it's, how are you, it's great that you're getting, if you're actually getting accurate daily updates, that is incredible, and I respect you for posting it every day, because you're probably doing a hell of a lot of work to get that fucking information, and what are you gonna do? Just sit on it, Like, I understand that. And it's just the culture, people do enjoy hearing shit like that. Like, that is a thing. People do enjoy hearing that shit. People are that invested, it's all fucking different. I don't put a lot of stock into that shit, but it's fun. I can see the perspective, but also, it's annoying to see, because it's like, we can talk about actual information, or I don't know. Whatever, man. I feel like I've exhausted that topic. You can see how I feel about it. Fucking if you have thoughts on it, let me know. We can fucking talk about it. I'm curious how that sits with you. But in case you're curious, deferred contracts have been a common thing for quite a while. So this is a fun comparison. So Chris Davis, a guy who had a couple historically bad seasons, unfortunately, and a couple of extremely productive, fantastic seasons with the Baltimore Orioles. He really got both sides kind of in his career. Always a very well-respected dude, though, and he got a big-ass contract. I don't remember the exact details of the contract, but I know that he is going to receive $3.5 million this upcoming year. He has not played since 2020. He's 34 years old. He was 34 in 2020. Excuse me. So he could be like 37 now. But he hasn't played since he was 34. In 2020, he's getting $3.5 million this year. That is $1.5 million more than the best player on the planet of all time will be making. Also, Ken Griffey Jr., Hall of Famer, played until he was 40. One of the fucking best ever. Everybody loves him. Absolute fucking dog. He will be making $3.6 million this upcoming year from his deferred contract. So only a little bit more than Mr. Chris Davis. Ken Griffey Jr. hasn't played since 2010. So for 13 fucking years, that ain't bad. So Shohei will be getting $68 million a year, starting in 2034. So, and I saw the Dodgers. Apparently, there's a deadline. I don't remember the year, but it was in a couple years at least. That the Dodgers have to show how they're gonna pay for Shohei $68 million a year, and I'm like, okay, well, what do you? That means absolutely nothing. It's like, what are they gonna be like? Oh shit, we don't have the money. It's like, no, it's the fucking Los Angeles Dodgers. They have 55,000 fucking people going to a game every night. It's the biggest fucking city. It's just, you're gonna slam dunk it, especially now. Jesus Christ, the fucking money flowing in. People are gonna do studies on the fucking Los Angeles economy, with Shohei coming to town. There's the scope of what this means. I feel like is, we really have no idea. We know he's the fucking best baseball player we've ever seen. We know he's earned every fucking penny of that. Best contract ever. I mean, again, I've said it so many times. He's the reason I started this fucking podcast, because if anything, even if you do not like baseball, it is worth, acknowledging that greatness is fucking great. This man is fucking greatness. I mean, basically. I mean, come on. It's some crazy shit, but I'm looking at my notes. That's about all I got. I'm excited. I'm excited for the season, even more so. Tyler Glasnow's gone to the Dodgers now. They're building some crazy shit. But a fucking, you can build whatever team you want, but baseball, I feel like in the NBA, if you build a big three, you're pretty much expected to win the fucking championship. You build like a really good big three, that's the immediate expectation. But it's like baseball, it's really even if the Dodgers, even if they keep going, say they get fucking Yamamoto too, which would be wild. Getting Glasnow and Yamamoto and Ohtani, that's just fucking, they traded for Glasnow, so I guess I can't say shit about that. But that is crazy fucking money. But Shohei's contract, it allows for them to spend even more so. But the crazy thing is, the Dodgers, they got the fucking money. No matter what, in what situation, I promise you, they got the money. And with money in a no salary cap league, that is a free ticket to fucking win and try to be the best. And if Shohei, I looked it up, the dude with the most World Series rings is Yogi Berra with 10. Joe DiMaggio's got 9. Shohei used to be compared to Babe Ruth until he immediately surpassed Babe Ruth as far as the pitching stuff and overall everything else. But Babe Ruth's got 7. Shohei hasn't even seen the playoffs yet, I don't think. But he's won that fucking World Baseball Classic. He took down America. He took down Mike Trout. He took down America. So he is that fucking dude. And congratulations. Congratulations, big dog. You fucking earned it. Hell yeah. I talked about having guests a long time ago, but it's still happening. But I gotta carve out some time to get some stuff scheduled. But it's we are moving along and we're making progress on getting making it happen and figuring it out and the best day and whatnot. And yeah, it's it'll happen. We'll this one's relatively longer because it's this one was deserving. It's Shohei signed the biggest fucking contract ever. We're 20 minutes in or so. I'm wrapping it up in a second. That's not bad as far as the time. Usually 10 minutes is the minimum. But the fun thing about guests is, we'll talk about baseball. We'll talk about something baseball related, of course. That's the purpose of the podcast. But at the end of the day, we're having a conversation. We're hanging out. I just want to be as comfortable as possible, and that's what'll happen. So I'll be really curious to see how long the length of those turn out, because those will if it ends up being regular podcast length, it wouldn't surprise me at all. We're having a conversation. I know I'll be excited to talk. If I'm having somebody on as a guest, that means I've definitely excited to talk to them, and I'm definitely got a lot of respect for them, and yeah. So just wanted to touch on that a little bit in case you gave a fuck. I'll probably go do stand up in St. Louis in the last 2 days after Christmas is when I'm thinking about doing it. Hopefully there's open mics that day. But I've been able to from September, October. No, how many times have I done stand up? I did stand up on 9/11. Okay, so I've done stand-up twice, did it September, and then I did it November, and my goal is to keep doing it at least once a month, because, I got to drive to St. Louis, and I'm not trying to fuck up on gas. That's not it. I'm not doing all that, but once a month, I can make myself do it, and then it makes me, go through the grind of writing stuff and editing stuff and rehearsing that, and I can keep doing that. So that's what I'm expecting if there's open mics going on. It's a little bit after Christmas, so we'll see. Who knows, but I feel like there was something else I wanted to say, but fuck it. I've been writing a little bit more lately. I had a good work night with my buddy JT a couple nights ago. That was fun. I've been getting some shit done on my own, been more productive. And it feels good, when at the end of the day, it comes down to, can you fucking get yourself out of bed, when you should be doing something. And I still fucking lose that battle more often than not. But, goddamn, we try. All we can do is our best, dog. Yeah, I'm recording this on Thursday. Usually I say happy Friday, but it's releasing on Friday, so fucking happy Friday anyway. Have a good weekend. I know I will. Man, I'll be... Anyway, yeah. $700 million fucking dollars. Oh, here we go. I wrote down some numbers. Here's what I'll close with. So that math, it equates to... So $700 million across 10 years comes out to $191,780.82 a day. $7,990.87 an hour, $133.18 a minute, and $2.22 a second. That is crazy. $2.22. I can't even. I'm stuttering like a dumbass, and Shohei, just made $20. I mean, that's how that math comes out. But deferred payments. That's some crazy shit. I watched the. Also, I wrote down the translator's name. I watched the announcement. And like I said, the announcement press conference thing, and Shohei's looks damn good in that jersey. And his translator was doing a damn good job. His translator's name is Ippei. I'm sure everybody's going to be getting to know him even more so now, because they're, got to be together all the time. But yeah, Ippei was doing a hell of a job. Sure, he's a cool dude. Yeah, holy shit, big news. I'm excited to see where Yamamoto goes. Probably be the Dodgers at this fucking point. Yeah. Happy fucking Friday. Have a great weekend. Second time I'm saying goodbye, but go fuck yourself. No, I'm kidding. All right. I'm gone. For real. This time.